comfy. It's a lot of water. Drink water podcast. We're back.
Yes, we are back. A lot more water than normal.
A lot more water. It's all here having a nap.
I like that.
By
Yes,
the
the new
looks of it.
setup. If you are listening, go grab a cup.
Grab a cup, grab a bottle,
Grab a
grab a
bottle.
glass, grab a flask, grab a whatever
Grab
you got.
a shaker bottle. Everyone always like.
What else can you
says-
drink out of? There's not enough things to drink out of.
I think people should start doing the shaker thing. Every time I'm like in public, they're like, "Oh, dude, dedication. You got protein in there, man."
People say that to you.
All the time. They're like, "What dedication, dude? I love your dedication." Just random people. All the time.
Where will you be?
I'll just be like, I don't even know, at a restaurant or something, and the waiter will be like, "Dude, love the dedication." And I'm like, "What do you? It's water."
I guess if you're in a restaurant with it.
Yeah, I bring it.
That's pretty
I bring
dedicated.
It everywhere with me. Everywhere with me,
Like, bro.
Yeah.
What is that? Some Jim Bros thing?
Yeah, so it
I
literally
don't
is a
get
world you
that.
don't know about.
I'm gonna start it, and I bet I
Yeah.
won't get it. Let's see if it's
See
real.
what happens. Like,
I'm gonna do it.
Do like a social experiment
Yeah,
of like the weird
I'll pull
music.
up everywhere with it.
Yeah. Do you know those like social experiment videos with like the dun 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 dun, dun like that music in the background? It's just like you walking
Oh yeah,
down
yeah.
the street. And be like, didn't notice my drink bottle? It's a shaker.
Ah, never stops. Day in, day out. You know, gotta stay on top of it. Gotta stay on top.
The way that people act
Gotta
in those.
stay on top.
Imagine just you see one of those videos happening in public. You're like, why is that guy acting like that? why is this guy like screaming and walking around like it's such a? He's got like main character energy or something like.
Yeah, yeah. When they do like the fake kidnapping prank or something, and
Yeah.
it's just like, is this real? Why are they all wearing makeup? And there's a camera crew right there.
Yeah, the amount of fake videos is getting literally terrifying.
Yeah.
Literally terrifying, especially on like ads. I'm seeing it all the time. I think I saw the worst
On
ad,
ads.
like ads on Instagram and ads on where else do you get ads? I think on mainly Instagram.
Yeah.
The Instagram ads get insane.
Ads are getting insane. It's getting real Black Mirror-ish.
But it's almost getting funny. Like I have friends that send me ads because
Yeah.
they're kind of funny. Or there's like some weird
Well, that's
angle
work
to it.
then, I guess.
It's literally work, but it's
Do
like,
ads work? They have to, obviously, or people wouldn't do them endlessly.
it's
But have you ever actually watched an ad and be like, I gotta go get KFC right now? Or is it planted there and then in a week it like clicks?
maybe it is that thing. You're not even really aware.
You don't realize that it's worked, but it's worked.
That's honestly scarier. It's like I'm not some mark. I'm not gonna like get manscaped or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
not going to. And then suddenly something happens. It's like let's say you have to
You
shave
look in
down
your
for some
cupboard, you
reason.
have like Manscaped, Blue Chew, all the things. You're like, what the hell?
You just go to your fridge. It's just full of athletic greens. You're like, what
Happened? I don't even remember buying that. Come out of like a delusion.
You just finish a meeting on BetterHelp. You're like, where was I? What's going on? Bet DSI, you've literally just lost like $100.
I don't feel it works.
I have a gambling addiction.
I get
now.
so many gambling ads. I don't have it on my phone. I've never gambled.
Really
I don't get it. Stop. Give me something else. It's not going to work.
gambling ads.
Day in, day out. And then they have the thing at the end. What is it? It's like, you could be buying something else.
Really? I don't think I've
legally
ever
have a
seen
little
one gambling ad.
deterrent. Really?
Yeah. Are you doing something gambling related?
Maybe it's the content I consume. And they're all,
Oh,
I don't
young
know.
kid content.
I don't know, dude content, whatever.
'Cause-
Nelk or I don't even know.
I think that's probably what it is.
Just
dude
your
content.
generic, that demographic all probably gamble. So then I get that.
And this is on Instagram.
Everything. YouTube,
gambling
Instagram.
everywhere.
I don't even think Instagram, just YouTube.
I get like real estate people all the time. And what I started to do is just the way and it's just like straight up just like real estate agents from like inner Western Sydney that are like hiring hard-working, like dedicated members to their team.
Yeah.
Or just talking about all the properties they've sold. And just the way they act and like their shoes without any socks and just the arrogance and the way they talk to the camera, it's like I watch it. I watch like a 2.5-minute video of like some
Just because
real
it's
estate
so
agent.
entertaining.
Yes.
You're like, imagine meeting this dude. We should get one on the show. That would be great. It's a hardcore real estate
It's
agent.
just, it honestly, like, it blows my mind just the way they act.
Yeah.
And they'll have, like, this dude and he's, like, apprentice for the day. And it's almost like they're vlogging. but it's the most.
So today we're
entertaining.
pulling up to Double Bay. We've got a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, and then they just like walk in.
Everyone.
They do like the slow motion things and like adjust their like
Check the watch.
Yeah.
Check the rolling. check the
check
AP.
the watch. It's one of the weirdest because I know there's a big path from like people who were like failed actors, models, in entertainment to go to real estate.
Yeah.
If you're really, really good looking, but the entertainment industry didn't work out for you, you go to real estate.
Kind of an act. It's kind of you play a character.
Yeah, technically.
You switch on.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's like you're doing you're trying to portray this thing as like being the best. You're this perfect person who's selling this perfect place.
Imagine being the opposite of that. Like you wear like a hoodie. I'll be
like,
15 minutes late. See you soon. You get there, be like, here's the place.
Bonzi turns up. So what do you think?
I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Another sale.
I don't know how it always works. But people just
So
agree
do you
with
like
me.
it? I'll buy it. I'll put another $1 million on the asking.
You know what, Fonzie? This is the perfect place
Right.
for our family. Everyone's just like nodding their heads.
That's a
Great.
1-bedroom apartment. Penthouse in like the middle of nowhere.
Talk about ads. That's one ad that I will not skip. I will not skip a Fonzie Gomez ad. I just won't. It's the best
I want
thing.
him on every ad ever.
He's like, I used to go to Bondi Westfield, and now I'm on the posters.
He's a classic.
Because
I
what
love
is he
him.
doing? He's like selling some sort of skin thing.
I haven't seen that. I've seen the it's like a tax one,
Oh, the tax one.
and then Culture King.
He's
that
doing
thing.
Culture King. He's doing a skincare thing right now, and he's like talking to some girls. He's like, "Would you call your crush right now for $50?" It's like some 11-year-old girl. He's like, hey, Brian. Yeah, it's me. I like you. He's like, that's good. Here's your $50 for being a good sport. And what's your skincare routine like? It's like, I don't know, but here's a, and then he like plugs his skincare product that he's like affiliated with now and gives him like a $50 sample.
Wow,
It's the best content on earth.
that's crazy.
It's the greatest
That's
thing
a
on earth.
true mix of his and theirs. They're not even
Yes.
just like, just do ours, but how you do it. Be like,
Yeah,
do
yeah,
yours
literally.
still, and then just hint ours at the very end. Not sure. Have you guys watched the Drink Water podcast? Wait, sorry. Do you drink water? You should watch the Drink Water podcast on YouTube at Drink Water Podcast. You'll love it. They make fun of me a bit.
He's the greatest. He's the greatest. He's literally like probably the most significant person in Australia right now.
Yeah, up there, way up there.
Like he's
A lot of people have fallen off.
That's true.
Him, Spanios, holding the title.
Spanian's falling off. You think?
He's killing it.
Oh yeah, I was
Killing it.
about to say he's literally killing it.
The biggest in history, YouTube
Like,
history.
yeah, I'm going to. He's
That's
like
incredible.
He's in
It's
Spain or
incredible
something.
Content, yeah.
But
Spain in the hoods.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to the hoods of.
Really good.
I haven't watched any of the videos. I just did the one where he's at the airport, him trying foods in like
Dubai.
Dubai airport. He's like, nah, this is gun. This gun, bro. I can't do a Spanian, which is. If it was
great.
Fonzie Gomez, that'd be good.
He needs to do a traveler. His food review. It's really good.
Is that it, Fonzie? Yeah.
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 Peppery. Yeah, what? So you're not going to watch the new Top Boy season 3 final season ever out now?
Yeah, Top Boy, it lost it for me.
What happened? What
I'm
happened?
seeing Dave.
I'm seeing Dave. And he's been splashed up.
It's like, yeah, I couldn't take it seriously when they started putting Dave in.
Really?
He was good.
I mean, Kano's a rapper.
Still, like this is like a hot young rapper that's kind of killing it right now.
He was good.
He was good.
I
He
was
was
nervous. And they killed him off quick. They're like,
They did kill him off quick.
yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
was
like, you're not
happy about
sticking
that.
around.
Yeah. It's like, okay, let's go back to what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not staying around.
You're
for
not
this
staying
thing.
around here. You're not an actor.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it was that's right. They had the Irish lady, the
Yeah,
Irish
yeah.
mob boss. There was a certain time or episode where it really focused on her and him. And I was like, what even is this show anymore? It's just about some Irish, like, crime duo.
I don't think it was that long. I don't know.
Felt like it was an entire... I think they did an entire
like 10
episode.
minutes of them talking.
No, I think it was an entire episode. Then it ends with, like, Deshane doing something, and then the episode ends.
And it's like Jamie and them and everyone. Jamie. Man,
Right
no, Jamie.
Right at the end, though.
Right.
Like, it really followed this... I think she was in South America or something, hiding.
Well, I'll give the spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it, pause the video, go watch it, come back.
Yeah.
So, what happened? Crazy.
Yes.
The lady, Lizzie...
Is she the Irish?
The Irish?
Yeah.
Stole Deshane's $16 million. Everything is earned.
I'll quickly interject. She's not a good character. I don't care about
She's not even in it. You never even see her the whole
that's
season.
good. They got rid of that. That was, she just gets on my nerves.
You don't see her. She's just fled and taken all his money. And that old woman, they've just gone.
Andrew Tate's like, you meant to believe that some chick is capable of taking his money.
$16 million.
$16 million.
I turned it off straight away. I'm going to do the road voice, is it? I turned off straight away, fam.
Straight away, fam. Imagine if Andrew Tate was just a road man.
Oh, that would be more believable.
Like chick stole, fam.
See, man, you could be like me, yeah? Like, man from the block and that, bro. Now, man's got a Bugatti, fam. Man's got paintings everywhere, bro. I'd believe it. I wouldn't think he's a CIA agent.
Women and men are not equal, fam. That's one thing you got to get your head around.
Like, man, we got muscles. We, like, fighting that. Chicks them all into, like, makeup and hair and all them things, fam. We're not
Join
the
the war
same,
in, fam.
bro.
We got Jay Waller in there.
We're making peas, fam.
We got Sartorial Shooter, fam. Sartorial, come round here,
bro. He's from Australia, fam. The convict nation, bro.
We got Sneeko in the house. Big Sneeko.
Bless up, Sneeko. Bless up. Man's on Rumble. Check him. That'd be hilarious.
Tristan, come through, fam.
Yo, my brother.
Wear a suit and that, yeah?
He's not. He doesn't sound like he's from the ends. Like he said. That's from Luton, fam. That's from Luton, you know, bro. That's from Luton, fam.
Play chess and that. They try to take your queen, fam. Queen can always go, but the king's got to stay there, fam.
They can't take Lizzie, bro. Can't take Lizzie. That'd be incredible. Yeah, so Lizzie runs off with all his money.
Yeah.
And then, because he's like, girlfriends wants $2 million to open another hairdresser.
Oh, who's this?
His like play wife that moves in with him.
Who?
It doesn't even matter. You haven't.
Little Sims. I don't know if you know Little Sims is in it, and that always also annoyed me.
Who's that?
She's the girl with the braids who
I think that
Deshane.
Yeah.
Oh,
she wants $2 million for like a hairdresser,
Okay,
and then all the money's gone. So now he's like back to square one.
Wait, what happened? Lizzie.
She just runs because he gave them all the money for the summer house redevelopment.
Oh, right.
And they just ran off with it. And then you realize he's kind of like an idiot. Like, he doesn't actually care about money. It's all about power.
Yes.
That's all he cares about.
100%.
It's just being top boy. Because he, like, retires. Because, Sully kills Jamie in the last episode. And it kind of makes sense because Sully's like to... If you're a fan, you'll love this.
I know, I was going to say.
It's like just straight top boy goss. It's like Deshane was like to Sully, he's like, Jamie's our retirement plan.
Right.
And then Sully probably heard, oh, Jamie's your retirement plan for when you probably kill me or something. So then he goes and kills Jamie and he's like, I'll run things now so you can retire, like you said.
Right.
And that's kind of how it starts. He's like, I killed Jamie, so retire. Step down. I'll be top boy now. You can go retire and I'll run things.
Yeah.
And you'll get your money.
Which is kind of unfair. It's like, I don't want to see you there.
Like, it's like... Yeah. But I wanted to, like, train up the guy, so then it's like...
Of course. It's a real weird power dynamic.
Yeah. And then he's, like, retiring, but keeps coming back through.
Yeah.
But essentially, Sully kills Deshane at the end.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, spoiler.
We already said spoiler alert.
Yeah, we said
so
spoiler
don't
alert. No, don't at me.
Well, pretty much, Deshane kills the Irish guy once he figures out that all the money's been taken by Lizzie.
Yes.
Beats him violently to death. The only one who could have gotten the money back. Because he got robbed as well, essentially.
Yeah.
So violently kills him.
Again for power, like he's...
Power, just not even thinking, just like stupid. Leaves the crime scene so messy. Fingerprints everywhere.
Really?
And then so it's like, the lawyer calls in and it's like, bro, you're going to jail for life. Like, they've got... Like,
believable that he would just do that?
yeah, it's like the ego just comes or something. He just gets a crazy ego.
So, yeah, you're going to go to jail for life after
Yeah,
that
it's like
thing.
they got Prince, like you're done.
Yeah.
You got to flee, but you need 250K. He's got no money.
Oh.
And then like,
Why does he have no money?
because Lizzie took the 16 million.
everything.
He put everything. That's crazy.
He wouldn't.
It's stupid.
He wouldn't have. No one would. No, not even the worst businessman would
do that.
Yeah.
You'd put a bit here, bit there,
Yeah.
bit there, bit retirement there. That's like 16 million you're all to some random people that you know could just sneak.
And he didn't trust them.
Yeah.
So it's really bad writing.
It's like
on
the
their end.
power is like they're so scared of me they'll never do that.
But they're
It
crime.
makes sense and it's really good writing because it's like this full circle. So at the end, he's like kind of back to square one. He's at his mum's.
Yeah.
He's on the run. He has no money. He's like hiding in his dead mum's flat. He's got no money. He's about to flee to Turkey.
Yeah.
And then he's like, needs to come up with the money still. Steals the money. Steals like all of Sully's drugs.
Yeah.
During like an exchange. And then he's like running through Summer House like a little rat. Like, they're coming for me, bro. They're coming. Like, and some guys are coming to like take him away and he's going to pay them in drugs. Sully and the whole everyone.
Right. Yeah,
so he's like, now he's trapped in Summer House and he's like this little rat.
That's cool.
Trying to get out.
I do like that, yeah.
It's really good. And then he like kills a kid who's like in the gang.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's about to get away and then Sully comes, shoots him in the stomach. And then they're on either side of a fence. And you can, and they're talking. He's like, come on, bro, get up. He's like, he obviously doesn't want to really kill him. He's like, why would you do that? And you can just hear him like, it's so like pathetic and he's dying. And he's like, you killed me, man. Yeah. And it's kind of like the other side of the fence and then he's just dead.
How does Sully react?
He just goes over. It's just kind of like, here's what it is.
He's ice cold. He's lost all his emotions.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
He's become a sociopath.
Yeah, and then so now Sully's won. He's top boy.
Yeah.
Final scene, he's walking home through the park.
Yeah.
And then, oh gosh, how have I forgotten his name? Who was the little brother? Jamie's little brother.
Oh, the one that was really small? Or
yeah,
the
really small one that watches him get shot in the head. And he's like a roadman now. So he's like 16 and he joins like Jamie's gang.
Wait, when does Jamie die?
At the very end of the last season.
Oh.
Sully shoots him in the head in front of the whole family.
Oh, I didn't know.
Remember he busts through, shoots Jamie.
I didn't watch that season either.
Oh, let me just
I didn't watch both seasons, which is...
Really?
Yeah, I literally... Like, I'm talking about I dropped out when I saw Dave. Bondi. Like, I'm literally talking about that's when I left. And I think when that Irish lady was on the run for an entire episode.
Yeah.
And it was all centered around her.
Yeah, Steph.
He's a roadman now.
Yeah, he's got like the dreads. It was very predictable. He's got like Jamie's chain on. He's only like 15, 16, but he's like with the gang and they're like sticking up for him.
What about the uni then yard brother?
He's gone uni.
He's got uni.
He's just like off in somewhere and Steph's in like a halfway home. So you just know it's like, what else is he gonna do?
Dang.
And he's like dating who's the one that died that you were so sad about?
That kid, the young kid.
No, the Driz.
Driz.
Steph is dating Driz's daughter.
Dang, who would have been like 12 or?
Oh no, they're both like 16 now.
Oh right.
So they're like dating, and Sully killed her dad, and Sully killed his brother. So it's like crazy. So they're like talking about that. So it's like crazy.
Driz's daughter, is she like a road?
No, she's just a good girl.
Yeah, but is she out for blood?
Well, she's like a bit like, she's not an innocent girl.
Does she know who killed him?
Well, remember, they would all come through and they all have like guns and she's just in the background like, what are you doing, Dad? So she like knows the road.
That's
she's
cool.
like chill and like calm with everything and like partying and whatnot.
Okay, well, I'll give them that. They did a really good job bringing that all.
Yeah, that's full
really
circle.
Nice.
You're like, whoa,
that
this
full
is
circle's
crazy.
Really good.
Yeah, so Sully's walking through the park, and then Steph comes up with a gun to his head. And then there's like a beautiful scene, and it's like the most beautiful park. It looks like Amsterdam or something.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, and then they kind of have the chat. And then Steph's like, how does it feel? And then Sully's like, I stopped feeling a long time ago. So, and it's kind of that circle. And it's like I didn't think about killing your brother. That was no emotional attachment.
Yeah.
I just killed him because I had to. So it was like less personal. And you can see Steph. It's like, oh, it's not even worth it. It's not like I'm getting vengeance. Like you're scared of me, and you're like, you know, it's like, oh, you're just a psychopath who's just doing your thing.
He lost that with that young kid, that homeless kid that he was.
Yeah, after that, you just see he's just dull. He's like, he's not even
died.
Has zero attachment to anything, doesn't think. And then, Steph puts down the gun, walks away. And then Sully goes into his car, and then you see he had a gun on him. Yeah. So he could have shot him. And then someone comes by, shoots Sully in the head. Whoa! End of the season. Damn, you have no idea who it was. It's crazy. It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they killed both of the main characters off.
And Sully's was like a beautiful death, where it was quick. Just one bullet to the head, wouldn't have even known he died.
Yes.
Just kind of went off into oblivion. And he had a good relationship with his daughter, like everything was good. And then Deshane died in the most horrific way.
Of course.
His mum hated him, pretty much died because of how he let his cousin die in Jamaica.
Yes.
His girlfriend left him. He had no money. He had no kids. He had nothing and just died like pathetically, snaked his best friend, died like a rat in summer house. And then Sully was kind of top boy, had all the respect. And then his like daughter was good. He was good with his daughter. Died beautifully. Just quick out.
How did he get good with his daughter? I don't remember that.
Oh, he's like just walking her to school every day, really? And they just have a good relationship.
Dang.
And like he says a big goodbye to her and everything.
Really? Before he goes?
Well, he knows it's been like so hot, and he knows he's gonna have to like run away for a bit.
Yeah,
so it's like he says goodbye, and then
beautiful. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll literally
give a round of applause to Top Boy. Beautiful ending. It's an incredible show.
That's
probably
really
one of my
good
favorite
ending.
shows.
Really?
And you think like Jack. She was like the girl with the braids, the Storm one.
Yes. Yeah.
You think that she killed him?
Yes. I would literally suspect her as number one.
Because her sister overdoses on heroin.
Oh.
At like early.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh my, and it's her drugs. So then she that's why, and she steals all of Sully's drugs. Like, it's so weird. She steals all his drugs. And you're like, kind of like, what are you even doing? And she's, I'm going to give it back. And he's, I'm going to kill you now. And it's like, why would you even do that?
Yeah.
Because she's kind of like, drugs are bad. It's like, come
that's bad writing there, you think? Or
But it made sense because then Sully killed Kieran.
Who's Kieran?
He was like with the mum at the end. I don't know. He was just one of the gang.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But Sully kills Kieran because Kieran lied about her stealing the drugs.
Right.
But then he doesn't kill her. He kind of lets her off it.
Because she's more of a OG.
Yeah, it does. Or she kind of, I don't know, she just went a bit crazy, but never, But then he still might kill her. You never know.
Right.
It's kind of like ambiguous.
Yeah.
So then the main thing was like, oh, she went and killed him for like payback for Kieran and just to make sure nothing came back. But then you never know because they kill so many people. Like there's new drug dealers that they kill.
Okay.
And then he kills all the people that were trying to get Deshane out of the country. So you're like, it could have been anyone.
So Sully becomes
or
a
it could have
mass
been
murderer.
Steph. Steph could have actually been like, come back and shot him. You know, like, could have been so
Which
many.
he should have.
Yeah.
If he's actually going to be a...
But it left it good because it's the end. And it left it like, oh, he might not be a road man. Because he doesn't kill someone. So he might actually go yard uni.
Yeah, uni.
But then he won't because he's living at a halfway home and he's already in the gang. So realistically, he'll probably end up getting stabbed in a few years and just cycle continues.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Gosh.
But you can see the he kind of stops the cycle.
Yeah, 100%. Because he's like not actually a sociopath.
Yeah,
He's
and once Sully says that I've stopped feeling a long time ago, so I actually don't want to turn into you now that I think about it.
Literally, that's probably one of the best things you could ever hear.
It's crazy.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. You should watch it, though. I'm going to rewatch it soon.
Really?
From the start. Remember the weird characters in the first season?
With
and then he just like disappears.
There was a really good guy.
Is that the little kid?
This is going to be a long... My mind's having to go way back.
He had some weird name. And it was like the kid and the dog. The kid and his friend had the dog.
Yeah.
People are getting bored, though.
I know, they're getting
People are
bored.
getting
We
bored.
gotta
That's a
go
big
into
review.
it. But
What
that's
else?
basically been Top Boy.
Yeah, that's Top Boy.
We want to talk about the vote.
Yes.
What's going on with this vote?
So there's a referendum in Australia. It's
Yes.
2023. It's September. We have to
Yeah.
vote on the 12th of October, or the
Yep.
15th, 14th. So it's either vote yes or no for a voice, an Indigenous Aboriginal voice to Parliament.
Yeah.
So essentially, from my research, what it kind of seems to
Yeah, what should we
mean-
vote? That's what.
What should we vote? Everyone's...
What should we vote? I don't know. What to vote.
Albo went on 60 Minutes and he kind of put it to the people and he's like, go research. Go.
Really?
We all got an assignment. We've all been given homework.
Yeah. Well, now I'm not going to do it
No,
because
I'm going to be that cool kid that does
Yeah,
it.
literally, I'm not going to do your homework.
I'm not going to study.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn about the history.
I hate teachers. Hate teachers, fam.
They can't teach you nothing, bro. Nothing. Yeah, but
I took my classes in watching Top Boy on Netflix.
everything I need to know, fam. That's Macbeth prophecy, bro. Literally, though, it is that.
But so Albo said, "Go do your homework."
So
I'm
go
not going to tell
study
you
it
what
up.
to do.
I did a bit of homework. I'm a
Really,
good
you did
kid.
your homework.
Well, I was curious.
You listened to the teacher.
I'm invested.
Yeah,
Well, it's important for the country.
yeah,
But essentially, the yes vote is Indigenous voice of Parliament, which means they have a permanent seat in Parliament.
okay. Is that good? That sounds like it's a good thing.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Sounds
That's
like
why
the right
everyone's
thing to
like,
do.
oh, yeah, I'm not a racist.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
not gonna,
vote yes.
I'm not going to vote no.
I'll give him a seat.
Give him a seat, mate. Give
Yeah.
him a seat.
Like, I
at the
can't
table.
understand what's wrong with having the seat.
Yeah, that's what I was curious, because I heard people be like, oh, no, it is bad. So I was
Mm.
like, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
And then, essentially, so there's like a lot of sides to it.
Right.
So there's the yes vote that you have a seat. But what it is, it's like it's going in the Constitution.
Right.
So it's going in like Australia's Constitution. So this is like stamped official.
Yeah.
Can't really be removed.
Yes.
But essentially it is, like you can look at it a way, or I guess the negative way, I'll give like Lydia Thorpe's perception, and it could be slightly different, but it's roughly, is that they want a treaty. So their push is for treaty.
Right.
So basically what it seems to mean is that they want their own government. They don't want, they're Australians, but they're like, we also want our own kind of government. We kind of want our country back. We don't want a seat at your...
Is this Lydia Thorpe saying vote no?
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's like, we don't want a seat at your table.
okay.
We already kind of have a seat at our table.
Yeah, yeah.
And the whole thing about this is this will stop any future chance of a treaty. So this is kind of like Indigenous Australians. Like, you're Australian now. You're in our Constitution.
Oh,
You're not some like
Yeah.
in between. Like you're Australian, but you kind of still could potentially, you have your own thing. You have all these lands rights. Like, you're not a generic Australian.
Yeah.
You are different
Yes.
politically. But this will kind of put them deeply into the Constitution. So now they won't be that different. It'll kind of make them a normal Australian, which is, you could see it could be a very good thing. Be like, enough is enough. History is history. Let's move on.
Yeah. 100%.
But then hers is like,
See
nah,
that.
like, screw that. Like, we want our own, I don't know. You could say like Israel, or like, you know, we want our own country. We want make our own laws. We want our own like justice systems, blah, blah, blah. Like, we want more of a say. And there are all these clips of Albo, like, if we disagree with them, then we won't let them do what they want to do. So it's kind of like, oh, this is just it looks good on paper, but we get zero power out of it. Because the big white man can still be like, piss off, we don't like that.
Right.
So that's kind of the thing.
I guess you have this idea where it's like, either it's like yes and you have a seat, because we're not giving you a seat any other way.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing.
It's like this is
you're
your
not gonna
best.
go and-
You're not getting a treaty.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
You're not getting any of your country back.
Yes.
And that's kind of, you could say this is like a realistic view, but
Yeah.
then it's kind of sad to have that view. It's like, this is the best you'll get.
How does the other one look though? How does that one actually play out and play
A treaty?
through? Yeah.
No one knows. It's never really been done. It's,
Yeah. Is it a possible thing? Is it
of
like a
course.
realistic
Look
thing?
at Israel. Look at, it's happened in New Zealand. It's happened in
It happened
places in New Zealand where white people can't really go. And the laws are different. The police
Really?
can't just come in and do whatever they want.
Really?
It's like they have rights, their own kind of rights in these areas. I haven't deeply looked into that, but
Yeah.
this is what I've heard.
But you're like the idea that this has existed in
But
other
Israel's
areas.
a perfect example. It's like they went back to their land 2,000 years later and just claimed it. It's been like 200 years. They could easily reclaim a large amount of land and set up their own government. Easily.
I think it might be a power thing, though. You have the idea
no
of...
one wants it. That's money gone.
Oh, no, but you have the idea of Israel, like, you're talking about some of the most powerful people on Earth all came together and was like, okay, we're going to reclaim this land. But I don't know if the indigenous people of Australia have as much power as
They definitely don't. But
and that's where
they're
it's like...
fighting for it.
Yeah, but it's this
and over
idea
time, there
of
could
can
be
it
more
happen?
prominent leaders who... Yeah. Which it takes one person.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the whole leaders thing. It's like, I'd prefer to wait for our Malcolm X to come and save us rather than be a little yes man to the white man. Like, we're not surrendering to you.
Interesting.
We're going to keep the fight up.
I really like... Is this going to be a problem, though? Does the whole idea of the no vote and then suddenly there's this, like, no, we're going to fight for our own thing, is that just going to create more division in society?
The whole thing's created division. But then there's the whole propagandized, you could call it, when no one's reporting on Lydia Thorpe that much, in her opinion.
Yes.
Everyone is focusing on Peter Dutton,
right,
the white racist, and Jacinta Price, who you would call Uncle Tom or whatever.
Right.
So everyone's focusing on why they're saying no.
Yeah.
And then no one's really talking about why the other mob are against it.
And why
because
Anthony
that one's
Bondi.
awkward.
Yeah.
This one's easy to be like, oh, they're racist. Okay, so I definitely vote yes because I'm not racist. Because they're against like everything that ever helps Indigenous people. So I know not to trust them.
Yes.
But no one's kind of, everyone's ignoring the Lydia Thorpe.
And Anthony Bondi, I heard he said to vote no.
Yeah. Even though he's like a boxer, I don't know.
Yeah.
How. But his whole thing is, what did he say? He said, like, we already got, and there is the thing, they already kind of have a seat, but it's not in the Constitution. So it is this weird, like, why do you want it in the Constitution so badly? I don't know.
Because then it just stops.
I think it stops any future discussions for any treaty. It's like, no. It's in the Constitution. That will never happen. Sorry.
And okay, so what's your, again, we don't want to persuade people.
Yeah, we're not persuading. We're just giving
what is
a
your
bias.
What is your
We're Fox News. Dude, Tucker Carlson. So why wouldn't they want to vote no for that? It makes you think, people at home, listen.
Because I hear that and now I feel like I just have more of an
I'll
understanding.
be on Sky News.
Yeah,
I'll be one of the hosts.
This is one half. This is Omar Diallo from the Drink Water podcast. He's
and
gonna
I think
explain
that George Floyd, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't such a good guy. In my little suit.
Yeah, you're wearing a suit.
But it makes sense. I was watching, what was I watching? Bit of a smear. I won't get on this.
Yeah.
We will never get on Channel 10 now. But the projects.
Okay.
And they were like talking about why they're voting yes. And it
Yeah.
was like these two white, like the two main, like center stage of like the two blonde hair, like white people just like there. And it was like the perfect representation of what this vote is. And then, and there's like this Asian guy in like this suit and he's like real little and he's like, I'm at the table too, guys. It's just the perfect representation of what this is.
What was
It's
their
like,
take?
come have a seat at our table, but you're over there. We're center. It was just the perfect representation of what it is.
That's funny.
It's hilarious.
That's really good.
Just the guy had like the glasses and he's like, I'm with them too.
What was their take on the?
Of course they're yes.
Why?
Huh? Because it's great for them. It's time we did something to help them out.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
And I guess it becomes awkward when you start to be like, why are a lot of Indigenous people saying no?
Yeah. And it's weird because, like, I'll ask my friends, not calling out anyone. I'm like, what do you vote? And it's like, they're like, yes. I'm like, why? I'm like, because it helps them. I was like, have you looked into it? And like, yeah. And they haven't. And it's like, it's just this, it's a left thing. It's on all the left Instagram pages, all the Newtown pages, all like, vote yes, we're marching, BLM. It's like all the same. And it's like, has anyone looked deeply?
This is an awkward one because it's literally probably the first time that they might all be wrong.
Yeah.
Like most of the other ones is kind of like,
BLM was weird.
BLM wasn't as cut, like,
I remember watching videos of them making circles at Central Park for black people to like dance and everyone's like clapping. It was crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've just these random like Africans from Africa. They're not even like African Americans. They're just African Australians are like dancing in a circle. And like everyone's like, give them space. Give them space. Hilarious. I'm just watching like stories. I'm like, what on earth is this? This is like crazy. silly.
There's a
It's like, what do
classic-
they have to do with George Floyd? Like, what on earth is some random African who's in Australia have to do with some African American in America? It's crazy.
It's got like a Sudanese like food store stand.
Like, I got all the indigenous stuff. Like, that made sense.
Yeah, of course.
That made so much sense. I was for that. But it was all,
Africans, just like Senegalese people just doing a tribal dance.
Yeah, it was just weird.
It's like, okay, that's nice. I'm not really sure what this has to do with it.
George Floyd was an American.
Yeah.
I guess he was an African American, but pretty. It's crazy. The Africans never came back for him.
You just see people with like just marching with just the rainbow flag. You're like, wait, what? Is that what does that have to do with Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm going somewhere with that.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was like, what?
But this one is probably perfect because you can literally hit them with
Well, this one's, it's
one of the best videos I saw is like some guy doing like jokes that don't make sense to a Jamaican man.
What, and he laughs at every
And,
joke.
it is kind of like I think he's a white guy speaking patois, and he's like, "You're a man. Here's this one, short foot," and the guy's like, "You got me in that one. You got me in that one there. You got me in that one there." And he's like, I did. Explain it." Jamaicans like, because you got the foot with. And he just like pauses. He just goes, "Bumbleclad."
Send me that. That sounds hilarious.
It's one of the
That's
best.
the funniest thing I've ever heard.
But that's how you're going to be. Explain it. You should do that with like in Jamaican accent. You see you're voting yes for the seat. Explain why.
I'll have my glasses. In like
In the West, people are just going to hit you with a Bumbleclad.
Bumbleclad.
But it's good. It's a really nice thing to hit people with.
Yeah, but I do get it because people might be like, well, realistically, and there are probably a lot of Indigenous people that are like, we don't want a treaty. We kind of just want to be Australian. Like, we want to move on. We
Of
lost.
course,
We're just going to take the L.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
comes
there's
through
that
my
whole
mind.
thing as well.
Yeah, of
Where
course.
it's like, I don't know, it's been a long time. That could create more division. How
100%.
realistic is that?
Yes.
I'm kind of like, I just want to be in Australia now. Let's just move on. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's good. I think
And I
you
get
made a
that
pretty
point.
good point. Because that's what kind of comes through my mind straight away, where
Yeah.
it's like, if there is going to be this like real division, and it's like, okay, well, we want our own Malcolm X, we want to fight for this,
Yeah.
we want the country back. It becomes tricky because then it literally sets everything up for division. But I
Yeah.
guess you have the idea of the seat, which could be more of a, okay, well, Indigenous people have a seat at the table. We're all going to work together. We're all Australian. We're going to have the two flags flying. But do you think that that side just wants the one flag flying? And
Soon. Yeah. That
Yeah.
flag will
because that's
cease to
that's
exist.
it's really how does it end up?
Yeah.
What's the best like way forward?
That's the
here?
whole thing. They have a flag, like, that's, you can see the potential. They have a flag for a
Yes.
nation. Like, there's very potential for a treaty and a I don't want to say a division.
But the thing
a
is, like,
separation.
division. So what happens? Is it an indigenous run country now?
I guess no one really knows, but something along those lines. I would give an example would be something like Israel, where it's small but powerful.
I don't know if it can work like Israel, because that's like a place that, again, someone had to lose, and you find like the Palestinians or whatever lost
Someone will
there.
have to lose.
But I don't know if the white Australian English people are going to be able to just lose Australia like
But
that.
it's not going to be. It'll be like they'll get the Blue Mountains and all the surrounding. That would be my. If you're listening, write this up. I would say the best spot would be somewhere like the Blue Mountains.
Yes.
Where it's close to the major city.
Yep.
I don't know how it would be set up. I reckon it'd be really cool if there was this place within Australia where you could go and live, and there were parts of it that were like super traditional, and you could actually learn a lot about Indigenous culture, and it was preserved in a way.
Interesting.
But yeah, maybe they don't. Some don't want to be like romanticized in the old lifestyle how they used to live.
Yep.
But I don't know. Maybe some do, and that would be cool. I reckon.
You do have this thing. It's almost like there isn't a perfect answer. I think about like Kanye West on Lex Friedman. That's what it reminds me of. Because you've had this man who's saying two things at once.
Yeah.
He's saying, forget history.
Yeah. while he brings up history constantly.
While he brings up history constantly. And then you really get to this weird place. It's like, what's the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Do we forget history? Are we just all people? Or do we just have to cling on and hang on to as much as we possibly can?
Even though he's a Christian and he's like, forget Jesus.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so
it becomes really, really weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the right way forward. And I think, like, what goes through my head is some sort of a mix. And that's where, like, maybe the yes seems to make more sense. Maybe? I don't know. So you're thinking, like, the idea that a group of Indigenous Australians all come together and they demand to be given a nice chunk of land, potentially in the Blue Mountains.
Yep.
And then this is run, like, different laws.
Rights to all kinds of things. Yeah, it's very large and complicated.
Does it become like a Chaz scenario, though?
No.
Right.
Because it's official. It's not a riot that turns into mayhem. It's an official settlement. It's a settlement.
Yeah. I think
like,
that kind of what happened with Chaz a little
50 years before you really saw it. No, it wasn't. Chaz was like a riot, and then they're like, let's just start our own country where Black Lives Matter.
But it was kind of, I guess that was done at the real, like, it's quickly. Like, if it was to happen right now.
No government agreed with it. They had no sponsors or supporters. It was just mayhem.
People weren't going there. The police weren't touching them.
Yeah, because they're like, let's not have a genocide, and it erupts into gunfire.
Right.
Let's not start a war in downtown Seattle or wherever.
Yeah, yeah.
So they had guns, and it was like Walking Dead. What's gonna happen? Literally, it would have been like 100 people dead. Cops posted. It would have been crazy if they went in.
Crazier as well.
It would have been insanity, yeah.
So with this situation,
I don't want to. If I was to, I don't know. You'd work with all kinds of people and sort something out.
Yeah,
need a lot of money, a lot of land. People would lose. That'd be the reality. But then that's the whole thing. It's like no one actually, and that's where like you can feel that through the nation, where it's like no one actually wants to give back the country at all.
Of course. Yeah.
But my grandma's house is up in the Blue Mountains. That's worth $1.2 million, and I'm not taking a settlement for the government for like $250,000. That's crap. What would happen? Government will give you some crap payout for your land.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
Because the amount of people that do lose.
Yeah. But they lost everything. Like, can't we give them, like, no one wants to give up anything.
Yeah. Because then you've got the idea of like, well, I'm going to take a loss now. My 1.2 million place that my grandma owns.
Yeah.
And that's only worth, we get $250,000 to work with
Government
now.
Now
we're going to have to just like rent in like far western Sydney for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Never own, we just lose that. But I'm willing to take that loss because Indigenous people took this loss this many years ago.
Yeah.
And this is just fair.
The whole thing was...
Yeah. But is the whole idea there was just a different time we have to move forward, or it's the whole like it's the kind of like the reparations thing that this thing happened, these people are entitled to
it's
this
a lot
because of
reparations,
right
in comparison to America.
Yeah, because I guess they're physically physical loss of land.
Yeah, complete loss, and like slight genocide and everything.
Would there be an idea where?
I mean, the Jews got Israel so quickly, and it's this joke where it's like, oh, it's impossible. It's not impossible. So easy. They got Israel in like a second. They were like, if the Socceroos win, we'll just do a public holiday. It's like there's no Indigenous Day.
Right.
It's like
you're right. That's funny.
It's a joke. It's stupid. It's like if the girls win the game, public holiday. Sorry, Indigenous people. Maybe in 20 years, it'll be a referendum or something. We might be able to figure out an hour of silence or some crap. It's like, what the hell? It's a joke. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's so easy.
Yeah, it's the Tillies, though. Sam Kerr.
It's the Tillies.
Sam Kerr.
Got a poster of Sam Kerr out here.
Every house is forced to have a poster of Sam Kerr
on the wall.
You just some like Italian family, like just immigrated here, and it's like, oh yeah, we gotta,
we have to have it up. We go to the Middle East. It's like all the sheiks.
That's what I want to push for: a poster of Sam Kerr inside every single Australian household
by force. Everyone has to vote, so do your research, everyone, because I could just be spreading propaganda. So don't trust me. Drinkwater podcast.
This is Drinkwater.
So Drinkwater,
podcast.
do your research.
Drinkwater, do your
Jump on
research.
Rumble. Greatest research on that.
I know. You'll hear some people
Probably
talk about
can't say
stuff.
Rumble on YouTube. They shadow ban you.
Do they?
Why wouldn't they? Their main competitor.
What if you're talking about the song with Skrillex and Flowdan?
Oh, that Rumble vibe. Yeah.
Killers in the Jungle. That song's technically called Rumble.
Ah, fresh.
So
We'll just bring
We're
that up
talking about
anytime we're talking about that.
yeah, we're talking about that song. What do
Yeah.
you mean? What do you mean? We're talking about the Rumble song. I love
That's what
Skrillex.
we're talking about.
Love Flowdan.
Not going, but apparently everyone's voting no. So because
Really?
most of the country's racist.
Oh,
They're not voting for the treaty. That's not why they're voting no.
Right.
They're on
Yeah,
the Peter
like,
Dutton.
no, we don't want them in a. We don't want them to have a seat. What are we gonna be? We're all forced to. They probably have that fear that like the seat is gonna lose their grandmother's home in the Blue Mountains because it's scary.
When
No
realistically, it's going to save. That's what Albo's ad should be. Like.
you want your
you
grandmother?
want to keep your grandma's house out in that country town? Vote yes.
It would, because do you think it would, or do you think there's the whole idea that no, we don't want them to have a seat, and then no, they're not getting that either.
Yeah. And Lydia Thorpe, she had a really good point where she's like, forget all this, forget the treaty and everything. All we asked for was a royal commission into the jails. Where all our kids are dying. And you don't do that, do you? Like, you don't care about us at all. This is all just some political little show and dance to get your sponsors and everyone to think they're all doing some great thing. And it is weird. All I see is old white people running around with yes shirts. It's weird. It's weird. I get weird vibes from them. I get real weird vibes.
Yeah,
you can
of
see the people
course.
that were for the stolen generation. Because you can see at the time, be like, this is the best thing. They live in like it's 20,000 years ago. We need to help them, educate them. And you can see how it would have been a really good decision. But then a bit of time, you'd be like, oh, but we're like stealing families. Maybe that's not that great, is it?
Yeah.
Not to compare them, and I'm kind of comparing them.
No, but you can see that because it's a complex issue.
Yeah, and then you can see through history in 20 years where maybe there is a Malcolm X and there's all this treaty all going into place and be like, it would work, but there's the Constitution that says that you have a seat here, so...
It'd be like it was your parents' kids who
Your
voted,
parents'
who
kids
voted
who
yes.
voted for that
Yes.
yes decision, who
So-
stopped all this.
Class, go home and ask your parents.
Tell your parents, why did you vote yes?
Why did you vote yes? Like, I don't know. We thought it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, at the time.
We're just following orders.
We're following the orders of Instagram. Of Newtown memes. I was following Newtown memes.
Is there a Newtown memes
Oh,
page?
there's so
No,
many.
there must be. I'm following a really good Inner
It's
West.
like hate Spaniard. Love
really?
Birkenstock. I don't know. Crap.
Goodness gracious. No, it's a scary one. Do we have any other big topics? Any other big things to touch on before we bounce?
I think that's about it. I feel like we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, I don't know if anything else.
Subscribe, like, all that's good stuff.
What is this one? I do want to just touch on this quick last topic. I saw this on the news. Eshe girls wild act after $140 manicure. Oh, so some Eshe girls
Dash.
just went to a nail salon and then racked up a bill and then ran. That's good. I kind of like that.
So we want to end there? Okay.
Yeah, feel good story.
That's a great ending. Drink water. Subscribe.
everyone.
Thank you. See you
Do a
later.
dine and dash at your
Do
nail
a dine
place.
and dash.
Good
140 later.